welcome to my channel. I have a friend here today and I'm so excited because as you click on this topic, you want to know how nursing or midwifery is studied in Germany, and I have the right person who would give us a first-hand information. By the way, we did not plan our outfits. It was just a coincidence and we're all looking fly and I love the look. And my name is Priscilla Kuma. I'm a registered nurse from Ghana. I live in New York State. I practice nursing in New York State, and I'm the lead consultant for USRN Pathway Consult. So if you're a midwife, general nurse, or psychiatry nurse who wants to work in America and don't know how to go about it, find me at my consult, UPC, USRN Pathway Consult. Put that in Google, www.usrnpathwayconsult.com. Reach out to us, register, enroll, and we can make that American dream happen for you. We are not recruiters, we don't have jobs, we just help you process and write NCLEX to be able to practice in America. So let's get right into this video today. Welcome, Jansu. The name is spelled C, but it's pronounced J. So Jansu, welcome to my channel. How are you doing today?
Thank you so much. I'm very lucky to have met you and to talk to you today about this topic because I truly love my job and I love to talk about it. And I hope you're doing well as well.
I'm okay. So fun fact, I do this video sitting in my little corner here and my video goes all the way out anyway. So she found my video, watched my video, and one of them has helped her to start her USRN process, and it means a lot that I'm touching lives, I'm impacting lives without knowing. So people like you are the reason why I can't quit bringing content to people to watch. So I'm glad you are here today. Thanks for volunteering to come share with me. So basically, you are a midwife in Germany, correct?
Yes.
And right. You are a German. You come from Germany.
Exactly. So I'm actually Turkish, but born, like my background is Turkish. But born in Germany. I born and raised in Germany, work in Germany, studied in Germany.
Wow, everything Germany. And yeah. I also commend you for your English. I'm impressed about how very good your English is. So how did you even learn English? Let's talk about that first before we even come to the nursing.
Well, in Germany, you learn to speak English very early in school, like pretty much in preschool. And they teach you very well, like I said. Also, I lived in New York as an au pair for 1 year. And I think my English got better and better by the time living there. And that's the easiest way actually to learn a language.
Yeah, the easiest way to learn a language is going to the country, living with the people, interacting with the locals, and watching TV, watching the news, watching movies in that language. Nice. So nursing in Germany or midwifery in Germany, do you have a high school? And after high school, is that when you go to college, or how is the system like in Germany?
So in Germany, it's like this. To become a nurse or a midwife, you have to have a high school diploma with a high score. Like you have to have the second highest. Like you go by points, kind of. It's hard to explain, but you have to show good grades. And right now, like the last year, actually, the system changed a little bit. But you apply at a nursing school. You can also study and go to university. But this is not really common. Most of the people are going to nursing school. You apply with your high school diploma. So, like you needed to work in the hospital before, like an internship. Like
before
you need to show them.
School.
Exactly. So you need to have your high school diploma and also show them that you have an internship at least 7 weeks in a medical field, no matter where. That really doesn't matter. It can be hospital. It can be anything about medicine, like where you show I took care of a medical needed person. And with that, they write a letter about you, how you did. And with these 2 things, you apply to nursing school. And if this is approved and you start being a nurse, it takes 3 years. And you're in between. It's a hospital schooling. It's very close to the hospital, like you're in school, and it's connected with the hospital you work to. So all the doctors, all the nurses know about you from school. like the teachers and the doctors or nurses you work with, they always talk to each other. Like, how is this person doing? How are her grades? How can we support her in certain ways?
Wow.
This takes about 3 years. Yeah.
Wow. So high school, how long is high school? How many years do you spend in high school before you do the pre-nursing thing, before you get to nursing school? The high school in Germany is how many years in?
So you can finish high school after 10 years of going to school. Then you have a high school diploma, which is the like one of the lowest you can have. If you add 2 or 3 more years, you get like a high school diploma as well, which is higher. And with this one, you apply. Like, to apply for the nursing school, you have to go to school for 12 years. The 10-year schooling is not enough.
No.
You need to go for 12 years. And if you have good grades, you can apply.
So the high school, you did an internship before you got to nursing school. Is it for everybody, or just nurses do internship before they go to nursing school? Can a doctor do the internship before they go to medical school?
Yes. So before even if you want to become a doctor, no matter what kind of job in the medical field, you have to have an internship before. Even if you apply for university to become a doctor, you need to show them at least 7 weeks of internship in a hospital or a medical field.
7 weeks?
At least 7 weeks. Like, the more you got, the higher your chances are that they approve your application.
Okay. So the nursing school system, is the nursing school inside the college, university, or the nursing school is separate? The university is separate?
It's separate. These are own schools. Like, it's not connected to university. And good thing, you also get paid. This is why most of the people choose to go to nursing school instead of studying, because over the 3 years you get full paid, which is amazing.
You get paid as a nursing student.
Exactly, which is actually very well amount of money.
You get paid the same salary like somebody who is a staff of a hospital, working in a hospital. Do you get paid the same thing, or nursing student is different?
Yeah, the salary for a nursing student is less than for a nurse.
Wow.
But it's still a good amount of money. Yeah.
Wow. So the nursing program is 3 years, midwifery 3 years, obstetrics, everything. Do you have to specialize from the first year of nursing school, or do you have to do basic nursing first before you go and specialize as a midwife, dialysis nurse, but labor ward nurse? How do you do that?
Yeah, so this is very interesting because the whole system changed recently, actually. The last 2 years, we started a whole new system in Germany. Currently, it's like you apply for nursing school, no matter what you want to become. So you apply for a nursing school to become a nurse, but what kind of nurse you become, you can decide in the 3rd year, like if it's a pediatric nurse, if it's a geriatric nurse, or whatever kind of nurse you want to be. The first 2 years is the same for every nurse in general. You learn all the same. In the 3rd year, you specialize yourself in the field you want to work. And then after that, you apply at the hospital at different positions. Like, I'm a pediatric nurse or a geriatric nurse, because I'm specialized for that. To become a midwife, it's actually a whole different things. Here, a nurse and a midwife are different schools, different jobs, different things to learn. If you want to become a midwife, you have different midwife schools. And we have a few midwife schools in Germany, not a lot. This is why so many people have to move from their city, because it's only in big cities. There you also go to school for 3 years and only learn about midwifery, like starting from the pregnancy, deliver, pediatrics, very intense schooling for midwives. The first year of midwife school is actually about kind of like the first year from nursing school. Like, you learn the basics, nursing stuff, and about pills and medication for general stuff, like the same kind of nurses learn in their first year. It's general. So anatomic, physical things about the body and stuff. That's the first year. And then, yeah, you start learning about midwife stuff the second and the third year.
After the 3 years, you're given a diploma or a bachelor's degree?
A diploma, because because I don't go to university. No matter what school, you only get a bachelor degree when you go to university.
Okay. So if I want to do nursing in the university, do they have midwifery nursing? Can I do it in the university or no?
Yes, you can do both in the university. Most people like to go to school because they get paid, obviously, and it's more practical hours. Like you are, like I said before, which is a big thing, which is amazing, I think, that you are connected to the hospital. Like you work very close to the hospital. This is what people like, why they prefer the school. But there are pros as well when you go to university. Like you get a bachelor degrees or your master degrees, which is approved internationally, which makes it way easier to work in other countries, even the US. And yeah, you learn more about statistics in the university and stuff like that, which you don't really learn in the school.
Wow. But in the university, they don't pay you if you are studying nursing. You don't get paid.
Not at all. Like it's the same amount of time becoming a nurse or a midwife, and you choose to go to university. It's still 3 years, 6 semesters. You don't get paid. You even have to pay, but at the end of the day, you're going to have a bachelor degree.
Yeah. So this, believe it or not, is the same system in Ghana, my country where I come from.
Wow, really?
Yes. I went to the university. I did nursing in university. I got bachelor's. I was paying fees. I was paying school fees. Nobody gave me money. But if you go to the nursing school, the one you went to in Ghana, if you go to the nursing, we call it nursing colleges or nursing training college. When you go there, you get a little bit of allowance whilst you are studying.
Wow,
But the university is the same thing. The university, you don't get anything. You pay school fees, you pay for your hostel accommodation. You don't get anything for being a student, a nursing student in the university, what I did. But if you go to nursing training, they give you little allowances to keep more, or your school fees is subsidized. Your money is a little bit subsidized.
This is really not fair, I think.
Yeah, it's not fair. So you do clinical hours and you do theory hours. They teach in the classroom, then you go to the hospital and do hands-on practicals.
Yeah.
And you do the practicals from the first year of nursing. You'll be in the hospital. Even when you're first year, you still be going to the hospital to try, or you have to wait till you're second year or third year before you start going to the hospital.
No, in every year, like even in the beginning, the first year, either if it's a nursing school or the midwife school, you are in school. It's like 3 or 4 months only school to be prepared. How is it working in the hospital? Like what expectations do they have on the students? They prepare us very well for the hospital lifestyle. And then you start working in the hospital, but you start like with the easy things. Okay. It's the practical things always are compared how much you already learned in school.
Wow. So when you are done with nursing school, do you have to write another examination, a license exam, to be able to have a license to be called a midwife? Or when you are done with your semester in nursing school, then you are done, you become a nurse? Or you have to write another exam to get certified to become a nurse?
After the 3 years, you take actually a lot of exams. I start talking about the nursing school. You write an exam in the main subjects, which is mostly 4 subjects. After the 3 years, you have to take an exam, theoretical and practical. The theoretical is an exam in every main topic they taught you. It's about 4 to 6. And that's the theoretical. The practical is you have to do an exam on a patient. Like they give you a patient which has medical issues, is taking pills, and it's like a real patient. It's not like made up. and they watch you. Like 2 teachers and 2 nurses are coming with you. You have to introduce the patient, you have to introduce their medical history, you have to introduce the patient, what kind of like pills they take, what care, medical care he or she needs. And then you go in the room, the patient's already there. First, the patient needed to give their agreement that this is okay for this patient. And then you work with this patient like you do everything a nurse is doing. Giving the pills, you have to explain the pills.
This is for the nursing only, or this is for the midwife? Do midwives do the same practical?
No, the midwife's actually kind of a little harder. So their theoretic part is the same as the nursing theoretical part.
Oh.
It's about 4 to 6 exams you have to take in school. And then in hospital, you have to work with a pregnant woman. You same as the nursing. You introduce this pregnant woman. You work with her. You actually talk to her, and 2 teachers, 2 midwives are sitting next to you and listen to your conversation. How do you talk to her? What advices do you give her? Help her with her issues. The second part is they watch you during your delivery. Like you do everything yourself. If you need help, of course, you can ask the teachers, but it's not a good impression. So you actually need to know everything yourself. You deliver the baby. After that, you have to do checkup with the baby. The first checkup when the baby's born, you have to do and tell the teachers what you are doing. What do you have to take care of the baby? Like what do you really looking for in the baby? And the third part is postpartum, like watching the mom postpartum, watching the baby postpartum for like an hour. And they watch you during you do your work.
Wow. So this practical the same. When I was in nursing school back in Ghana, they give you a live patient. You go to the hospital and you interact with the patient, and they watch you talk to the patient and ask questions. So it's the same. It's bringing back memories. It's been almost about 12 years. I can't remember, but yeah. So
hard times.
It's hard times, and everybody is there. The supervisors are watching you, and your hands are shaking, and you're a little nervous, and you're making mistakes, and you're afraid they're gonna fail you. Yes.
Right.
After that, then the results comes out that you've passed, or what? After the practical and the theory.
Exactly. They don't tell you right away. Practical part is first. So they don't tell you if you passed it or no.
Okay.
Mostly after the theoretical part, they tell you like 2 weeks later. And then you have the exams and they give you your diploma.
Yes, so the difference is not too much. Yes. So after that, a midwife can only work in obstetrics and gynecology field. Baby, mother, you can't work in the hospital, medical floor, surgical floor. You can't do that.
As a midwife, you can only work at the postpartum station, only the obstetric field, the pediatric field, and the delivery room.
So the nurse who did nursing, the general nurse, she can also not come to midwifery and work in midwifery. She has to be a midwife to work in your field.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true.
But do you have like foreigners who come from Africa to work where you work? Do you know any African nurse around your hospital where you work?
In my hospital, actually, no. We have, the last year, we had lots of foreign midwives. Nurses are way more. Like we have way more foreign nurses who try to get their diploma translated here and evaluated. Midwives, a few as well. We had a lot from Italy coming. And what I can tell you from this is about the Italian people, because there were a lot and I work with them actually, they come here and they need to approve their diploma, but after that they need to work for 1 year in the hospital and to really show themselves if they're able to work as a midwife. They need to collect a certain number of births. And show the school afterwards, a year later, look here, I have like 50 babies delivered and everyone is safe and healthy, and the doctor sign it. And after that 1 year, you get your diploma translated and approved, and you can work as a midwife. From especially African countries, I don't know personally anyone.
Okay.
But I talked to my principal recently because I needed to go back to school. And she told me that a lot of papers come in, and even from African countries, and she tries to, like, she checks all the papers, and she said they pretty much have to do the same. Like, if they can show the practical hours and it matches with the practical hours in Germany, they only need to do 1 year in the hospital, and after that they're approved to work as a midwife.
Okay. So you mentioned that they have to show after 1 year to the school. Which school are they showing it to? The nursing body in Germany, or a certain nursing school or midwifery school? Who do they show the 1 year results to after
Yeah,
they apply all the babies?
I asked my principal, and she said, because I was curious about that topic too, and
Yeah.
she said that some schools are doing it, doing this, but not the school I went to. She said this school is too small to teach the foreign midwives. They can go to certain schools, but they can definitely go to university, apply at the university for this year, and they need to approve them, and then the hospital needs to approve them too.
Italian nurses have to prove 1 year of practicals, or do they have to do theory and they do practical for 1 year?
Yeah, after the first year, the year in the hospital they work, they also need to do like a practical test and theoretical test at school too.
Before they are given a diploma, or before they are told to go, they can now work.
Exactly.
Wow. And I'm sure the language too, they need to be able to speak German.
Before you even apply to the school, you have to go to a German, like you need to do a German test, which you have to pass, and you have to study for this and have to pay for this. It's just a little amount of money. But you have to pay for the test, and you can buy books. They're going to show you what books you can get. And you work with this book, and when you feel ready for it, you just take the test, the German language test. And if you pass this, only then you can start applying for school and hospitals.
So they do the language first before they even apply for a school to do the 1 year.
Exactly.
I think they have A1, A2, B1, B2, C3. Do you know the limits they have to? Is it C3 before they can practice as a nurse? Do you know where they have to get before they practice as a nurse?
Pretty sure it's the B1.
So it's been so nice chatting with you. I just like to explore. I love information. I love research. So anytime I find somebody who is outside my field or outside my environment, I want to bring them on my channel and hear about their country and hear about their story and everything. So you came to USA to work as an au pair. Au pair is like a babysitter or a nanny.
Au pair is exactly like a babysitter. You live with a family and work for them as a nanny at the same time. They give you a room. You are able to explore the country, culture, and everything. They pay you for watching their kids, and also let you live with them. It's actually a big thing in America, and there are lots of companies who do that.
Yes, there are. So you found a company, you registered with a company, and they got a visa and invited you over and gave you a works visa, or what kind of visa did they give you?
They give me the J1 visa. So the company I went with is the biggest company who's doing this since long years. It's called Culture Care. They help you with everything. You pay them. It's not a lot of money, and they go with you step by step. Like, you make an account at this website. They help you with the J1 visa. They're always available to talk to you. They really never let you alone, so you don't have to do this alone. Even if at a young age, you have to be 18 at least. And I mean, you're very young at that age. You don't know what to do, but they tell you, they give you address, they send you there, and pretty much do everything for you.
And you live with a family in their house.
Exactly. You can choose the family online. You have an account. It's kind of like a Facebook account where you have pictures of yourself. There are certain questions you have to answer at your account, and the families can look at your account and see if this person would match to my family. And then they can request a call, and you can check their website and see for yourself if this is a family you could live with. And then you start talking like we do right now, to get to know each other. And you do a lot, like you do phone calls and Zoom calls, and then you can see if it fits, and then you can decide, both sides, the family and the person, can decide to do this together.
Wow, what's the name of the company? I spell it for me.
Culture Care. CULTURCARE.
Culture Care.
Culture Care, yes.
Oh, I see. So they gave you a visa for how long, and how long did you stay before going back?
You can stay there for 13 months, and then your visa expires, right? You stay with the family for a year at least. And if you decide to extend with the family, this company helps you to extend the visa as well. If you decide to leave the country because you don't work there anymore for the family, you can stay there for 1 more month to live there by yourself and travel and whatever you want to do. And then you have to leave the country. If you extend the contract with Culture Care and the family, they will organize everything to extend your visa.
So you went to nursing school so hard, you studied and became a midwife. And why did you leave to come do au pair and go back? Were you a midwife before leaving Germany?
Yeah, I finished midwifery school, got my diploma, and worked in the hospital for 6 months to get experience. And after that, I decided to explore a new country, a new culture in the US, and do something for myself, because I already got experience in my work field. I felt safe enough to work as a midwife. That was important to me. Then I left Germany to live in America for 1 year. I got back because I miss my family. I have everyone here, and right now I'm planning to move again.
Yes, I know, and I cannot wait to see you in the US. And I'm so glad you came to share this. But people want to make decisions based on if it's going to benefit them. So Germany nursing, does it pay well? Because people watch me from all over the world, and they might be interested in coming to work as a nurse in Germany. So if you start off as a new nurse from school, do you have a pay range? How many euros are you paid? Is it hourly or is it monthly?
They pay you once a month. I know in America it's kind of different. They pay you mostly every second week. We get our salary every month, and it's for, like, it depends on the hospital you work in. But I can tell you approximately amount of money a nurse who is just starting as a nurse in the hospital is getting approximately around 2,000 and 2,500 euros a month. It also depends on how much night shifts you do, like working shifts. You have 3 shifts. It's early, late, and night shift. It's always 8-hour shifts.
Oh, you don't do
only 8 hours, right?
Nice.
During that 8 hours, it's your right to have a break from 30 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, and then the more night shifts you work, the more weekends and Sundays and holidays you work, the more you get overpaid. As a midwife, it's pretty much the same amount. It's pretty much the same salary.
Wow. So after how long do you have like a rank? You're a new grad, then you move to what rank, another rank, and they increase your salary as you go? How do they do it? How many months over here, 6 months you're on probation. After 6 months, you're a full staff of the hospital, and you might get a little bit raised. Then you're RN1, registered nurse 1, registered nurse 2, registered nurse 3, and you keep going. UK, they have band 5, band 6, band 7. Do you have ranking system? Somebody has worked 10.
Yes,
What are the ranks?
but the first salary raise you get as a nurse or midwife is after 2 years.
After
You
2
get
years.
after 2 years the first time. After the next year or 2 years, you get another raise. Then after 6 years, and then after 9 years, and like
Okay. Okay.
it
So
goes
you don't
like
have a
this.
name. You don't have a name for the rank. As I said, over here, RN1, RN2. You don't have a name. The number.
We do. It's it called like it starts. Me as a midwife, we call it the letter P. I am at the range P8.
P8.
A nurse is P7, and it goes up. Like a nurse is P7, I'm P8, and you go up by P9, P10. And also it depends on the hospital which range you're starting with. Like if it's a very popular hospital, you can even start at P9 if they pay you very well.
Wow. So how many years have you been a midwife? Since you finished nursing school, how many years have you been a midwife?
2 years.
Okay. And you are you started off as P8 or P7?
Currently I'm at P8. I actually started at P7, but this is just because of my hospital. Like every midwife I know, my friends and other hospitals, they start a little higher.
Aww.
So my first race would start soon, and
thank you very much. You've answered all my questions. If anybody is watching and they have questions, please leave it in the comment section. I can always reach out to Jansu to ask your questions and clarify. And if you're out there and you are a nurse who schooled in Africa and you are working in Germany, please reach out to me. I'm desperately searching for a nurse who studied in Africa and did all the evaluation to be able to work as a nurse in Germany. I know the system there is entirely different, and the language has been a big barrier for most African nurses. But if you want something, you will do whatever to get it. People are studying languages. She's German, pure German, but she speaks very good English, and that's why we're able to do this video, because I wouldn't have been able to do it because I don't speak German. So thank you very much, Jansu, for sharing with us. I really, really appreciate it. Thanks for reaching out, and thanks for all your kind words.
I have to thank you for your help and appreciate your time as well.
Oh, you're welcome. Bye-bye.